Hello, my name is Jean Van Hollebeke and I will be your instructor for this quarter. I love to travel. This is from a trip to Peru that I came back from. My son is Nick and he just got married very recently. That is his bride. I've raised lots of kids and now kitties. These are two of my kitties and I might have more. I went on tribal canoe journey with several of my favorite young students many years ago, and I'm very excited to be your teacher for this class. This class is Pacific Northwest Ecology and Citizenry, which is really both a science credit for high school and also a Washington State history credit, however you and your advisor choose to use it. It has been offered since 2009 by David Breed and is often taught in the spring as a 10 credit class. If you like this one, then you could take an even larger variety of this class this coming spring if you're still here. It includes 5 field trips, including an all-day trip to Rockport State Park, and a lot of people love it. Key topics that we're going to be covering are what is the Pacific Northwest, a little bit of geologic history, some work on ecosystems, which is the basis of ecology, and what makes this area unique, including different species that we will study, especially Pacific Northwest salmon species, which is an important part of our history and ecology. And we will study people. We're going to be studying the first people who lived here 8,000 to 12,000 years before the white Europeans came on the scene just about 200 years ago. And we will learn about government structures in Washington for the Washington State history part of our class. The organization of the course is such that you will be following modules. At the beginning of every module is an introduction to the topic that you will read, and it gives you an overview. And then you will hit the next button and you will watch a video overview that gives you more in-depth information, pictures, maps, graphs, to understand the topic at a greater depth. And then after that, you're going to hit the next button and you're going to be reading a passage from our ebook that Mr. Breed wrote specifically for this class. This is where most of the information is conveyed. You are going to want to take notes on the video and the ebook. That's going to be where you're going to get most of your information that you need for your learning activity, which is usually a written assignment that you'll turn in online. And after your learning activity, you're going to open a quiz. There won't be any time limit on this quiz, but please do not try to take the quiz before you learn the material. It needs to be done in order so that it is a meaningful class. The learning activity and the quiz are the two things that you are responsible for every module, one module per week, and that you must do. They are required. However, when you're done with your quiz, it will open up 2 more possibilities for you that you can do as optional learning. The creative space, which is an optional way that you can communicate more about what you've learned and how this has to do with you and your life and where you've traveled and how you really connect to the learning. And you could learn as little as 1 point or up to about 15 points, depending on how much energy you put into that. Then there's also a more to explore button. And the more to explore button is going to be more information about what we just learned that we didn't have time to cover in the book, but that you might want to know more about. And some students will even do the more to explore and then be inspired to add to the creative space. It's up to you. The creative space and the more to explore are bonus. They are not required. But the learning activity and the quiz each week is required. Please do these in order. I don't want you to try to jump ahead and do the quiz before you finish your learning. It will be obvious and it will just be a problem. When we're in class, we will be working on the reading from the ebook, and it always helps if you've done the reading before we have the class that week. We will meet every Monday and Wednesday. After you finish the more to explore, it opens up the next module, and this is how the modules look. You're going to be going through them in order, and most of them are going to say view, but along the way, there will be a few of them that are going to be mark as done. And when you see the continuing on in order by going next to move forward or to move backwards, you can hit the previous button at the bottom of the pages. When you see an extra button, mark as done, you won't be able to advance to the next module until you finish that. So you do have to click that you have finished it. That is usually in the areas that have really key information that I want you to slow down and pay attention to. So not every page will be marked as done, but some of them will. And in the first module, the Getting Started module, you will see the syllabus, which is really just a contract between you and I about the class and how to do well in this class, and also a survey that you can fill out to tell me more about yourself and help me to know how I can be the best teacher for you this quarter. Okay, after you're finished, please hit mark as done, and that will open Module 1. Module 1 will not open until you hit the marked as done, and then you will be the one that opens the next module. Okay, well, what about technology concerns? The most immediate help that you can get is to go to the START team and ask them for help for anything that you need about Canvas or about CTC Link. They are the Student Technology Advice and Resource Team. You can find the link on the school webpage or here in the Start Here module. If that doesn't work and you have a bigger problem, email me and your advisor and we can find a way to help you. Okay, final thoughts. This is just a hard time to be in school. We've been dealing with COVID for 2 years. Some of us have gotten it, some have taken care of others who've gotten it. Some are still trying to avoid it like I am. But it's been a difficult time, and especially when we have to suddenly be out of school. In addition to that, we've had social justice issues that continue to distract us and make us feel overwhelmed about the world that we live in, especially with gun violence and racial hatred. But I am one of the allies that you have at this college, and there are many. Myself, your advisors, counselors, and other teachers that you will find in our program are there to be with you and to support you no matter what it takes as you finish school, especially when times are hard to predict. And we want to make the best out of it that we possibly can. So even former students who come back and ask for a letter of recommendation or ask for support will use me. So as much time as you are here at the college, I will be there to support you, even if you are in other classes. Okay, make sure that you ask a lot of questions and that you ask for help anytime that you need it, because we want to be there to help you, but we can only help you if you reach out to us and if we know that you need some help. So please do that, and I will be so happy to be there to help you summer quarter. All right.